Midoriya Izuku Origins 1 Evolution. Hello there! You're probably wondering who I am. Well, my story's not for the faint of heart, if I can say. My name is Izuku Midoriya, and I live in a society where 80% of humanity have abilities called quirks. Since everyone has the potential to be dangerous, a law was passed in Japan and some other parts of the world, where you are forbidden from using your quirk in public. Criminals who obsessively use their quirks to commit crimes are called villains. And to combat them, the government sanctioned a profession where people are allowed to use their quirks to save others and enforce the law. These people are heroes. But you probably already knew that and want to know about me. That's a harder and longer explanation because I was part of the 20% who was an average human being, aka quirkless. No one could believe I had a chance to be a hero. Not even him. It's not wrong to dream, Midoriya, but you need to be realistic. You should not be a hero without power. Those words remained in my heart for the longest. Ever since I was a child, I've always loved heroes. I wanted to be one and save others, just like him. The greatest, strongest, coolest hero in the world. All Might. On my way back home after getting yelled at by Kachan, I walked down an alleyway to avoid him. That's when I ran into him, a villain made of sludge. He tried to take over my body to hide from his pursuer, and I was helpless trying to stop him. That's when he stepped in. All Might. He saved me, thanked me for my bravery, and even signed my book. But I had to tell him about me, so I grabbed him as he fled and landed on top of a building with him. There we spoke. I told him about myself, and I saw his secret. He then told me those words, the words that would stain my confidence black. I never saw him since, and I never was happy again. If there was any good from that, the punches stopped hurting, and I stopped caring. I couldn't even move on, and school started to get meaningless. But that's when the most amazing thing happened to me. It was the school trip to AstroCorp, during the final month of the year at Aldera Middle School. All right, everyone, pair up, speaks my teacher as he stands in front of the multi-million-dollar company. I say dollar because this is the Japanese base. Back to the pairing, everyone quickly moves to pick their partner. And since a classmate is sick today, I'm the odd one out. Again. I hear a sigh coming from the teacher. Well, just try not to touch anything dangerous, Midoriya. I know you won't get in trouble. Well, at least I can be depressed by myself. After that, we enter AstroCorp. Inside are so many exhibits we get a grand look at. A woman with 3 horns in her black curled hair leads them through the exhibits, the first one being a medicinal facility. What is my attention is the variety they have, one of which is creating medicine from animal cells. Dr. Kuroto Kage seems invested in telling us this, considering he's a lizard man who can probably already regenerate. Next up on the list are inventions created by interns at AstroCorp. The third exhibit turns out to be a bit odd. The lady brings us to glass cases with spiders inside. Here we have something we've designed in our specialist department. Over 5 years, we've bred and genetically altered the DNA of these spiders, giving life to a new species. We hope to have them protect crops from other livestock. How exactly are they genetically altered? This is from one of my classmates, Hitomi. We combined the DNA of multiple spiders into several Parasteatoda tepidariorum and had them breed. They're still failures because the children don't last as long as regular spiders. These 13 are the only ones left. There's 12. Huh. Kachan is right. There are only 12 spiders left. Considering they're in separate cases, this seems strange. I guess one of your little fuckers is MIA. Can't be. It's probably blending in with the environment. She checks inside that soul case, ignoring the other spiders minding their own business in their glasses. Looking at them, many of them are all the same color. Black, brown, and that one green spider who is the odd man out. The rest of the exhibit was fairly boring in comparison, and we return home without trouble. By tomorrow, we'll go back to class and have to write down what we learned in a 5-paragraph essay. I guess the spider exhibit was the most compelling to me. Maybe I can... Wait, is something crawling on my arm? I look down and spot a bright green and blue spider resting on my uniform sleeve. It looks like one of those spiders from that genetically enhanced spider exhibit. I reach for it and allow the red-eyed arachnid to crawl onto my hand. From what I saw, the spiders are generally docile and cute. Plus, according to the internet, they aren't venomous. I'll just hand it over tomorrow. Ah! It bites me. That little 8-legged thing just sunk its fangs into my arm vein. Why? I whip my arm, throwing it off. It hurts. I've been bitten by insects before, and it never hurt that much. It feels like a dog or something bigger dug its teeth into me. I don't feel so good. It's getting hard to see now, and I think my palms are sweaty. Oh no, I'm going over. My consciousness is going. The next morning? Ugh, that was a horrible night. As I pick myself up and check myself, I wonder what exactly happened to me. Let's see. I had the tour at AstroCorp. After that, I came home, told Mom about it, and then... Now I remember. A spider hitchhiked on my backpack home, and I got bit by it. I look down at my hand and see no spider bite. Nothing that proves I was assaulted by that arachnid. Thinking about it, I don't see it anywhere. I guess it's gone. Well, there's nothing I can do now. I had better... My shirt seems a little tighter. I take off my shirt, and for some reason I'm surprisingly buff. I look as if I have been training for years. Okay, when and how? I've worked out before trying to get ready for the entrance exam, but I never got such immediate results. And now, for some other reason, I look like an Olympic-level athlete, if they still had them. I have biceps, triceps, six-pack abs, and the whole works. The alarm clock I have goes off. I'll just smack the off button. I do, and I just broke it, I just smacked it, and the whole thing breaks apart. How strong am I? Izuku, time for breakfast! Oh, okay, Mom, I shout back before running out the door. Unfortunately, when I opened it, I end up breaking the door down. Maybe I should slow down and control myself. For a similar reason, I'm gliding across the carpet at an amazing speed too. What the hell happened to me? I come to the kitchen room table where breakfast is ready. Grilled fish, white rice, natto even though I hate it, pickled cabbage which is good when she does it, and a fried egg. I guess fruit is tomorrow. She likes fruit breakfasts. Anyway, while eating I notice something else different. I seem to be faster too, and I'm able to keep up with my new movement speed. By the time I finished, she is still with a bowl of rice. I guess she was just staring at me. I wonder what else has changed. I'll be heading to school now. I head back upstairs and gather my clothes for school. It's a little tight, but luckily I got a size larger so I can move with effort. On my way to school, it turns out my running speed is even more amazing. Even in these school shoes, I can run as fast as the bus I'm racing for. I won't need to take the bus. I can run to Aldera, and that's what I did. I'm on time before the gate closes, and I'm not even tired. Well, I am a little, but not so much. Nothing can spoil this day. Well, if it isn't Deku. Except for Kachan, this guy coming towards me. You're still going to UA, right? Yeah? Oh God, he's scary when he gets that smile. He looks about ready to kill someone, which doesn't help when he says die shit face. I keep telling you to give it up. A quirkless wonder like you can't do anything. Kaka-chan, leave me alone. This is what I want. I wonder if he could understand that from all my stuttering. I think he did because he's glaring deep into my soul. How many times must I put you in your place? He throws a punch at me, which is extremely slow for some reason. I easily step aside and dodge it. How did I do that? Oh, more punches. He's throwing more strikes at me, but none of them hit. It's like a slow motion scene in action movies because I'm moving so fast he can't touch me. They aren't obvious punches either. For some reason, I'm getting a ringing in my head that warns me of what he's going to do to me. Something in my head is screaming for me to block his hand. But why? Ow. I guess that answers that. He used his quirk on me, making an explosion to increase the range and blasting my face. It hits me so hard I fall over onto my behind, but it doesn't hurt as much as they used to feel. Cheeky fucktard. He walks away, leaving me down on the floor as he tests his wrist for something. A part of me wonders why he gets away with the things he does. Maybe because he has a great quirk. People look the other way, or maybe they're afraid of confronting him. Strangely, that doesn't matter anymore. Whatever happened to me gave me the strength and speed to stand up to Kachan. Now that I think about it, all this happened after I was bitten by that spider. Maybe its venom did something to me. But that doesn't make sense. Or does it? Then again, there are some cases where animals can awaken quirks. There is a good chance this one did, and it biting me gave me spider abilities. January. It's winter break. 1 month left until the entrance exams in February. To get ready for that day, I have to train the only way I can. By myself. I mean, no one else would take the time to help a quirkless wonder like me, and I can't let Kachan find out. I wanted to get into UA High and surprise him with my power before I explain it to him. So I kept my powers a secret from everyone, including my mom. I didn't update my registry, waiting for an opportunity to train. The only way I can get ready is first by seeing what exactly can I do. To do so, I go to Dagobah Beach. It works perfectly because no one would ever come to the most littered area on the least approached beach in one of the areas of Tokyo. That way, no one will notice me and my spider powers, and no one I know will notice me. Alright, first things first. I walk up to the nearest pile of garbage, more than twice as big as I am. First, I'll test out my abilities, starting with my jumps. With a bend in the knees, I launch upward, easily flipping over the trash heap. That probably isn't my best leap, but I can get over something this large. Even as I fall, I flip and land without breaking a sweat or even bones. With a clever crotch, no doubt. My jumping speed is just like a spider's. Let's see what else can I do. Picking up the base of the pile, I lift it without straining a tiny bit. It turns out I'm super strong and can lift things that are twice my size. Maybe more if I tried. And I also can stick myself to objects, something I know because I can't let go of this garbage pile for some reason. Ugh, I'm gonna be smelling this all day. As soon as I'm free, I take out my notebook and check what I wrote down. Let's see. Including what I discovered already. I can jump high, cling to surfaces, I'm super strong, I can run fast from what I can tell on graduation day. My reflexes are... Uh-oh, it's that tingling again. I hear something land behind me, and now I feel something coming at me from behind. Moving quickly, I duck down, dropping in time to avoid some scrap metal flung at my head. With a glance back, it would appear a pile just fell, which makes sense with how that happened. Adding that, I have some sixth sense that I'll hereby dub the danger sense. I'm going to work on that name. For some reason, I don't have webs coming out of me. I resume writing. I guess that's good since they're not ejecting from my stomach, and it makes sense since not all spiders produce webs. But spider webs are the perfect item for me to use, so maybe I should construct a means of creating webs. With this in mind, it's time I return to discovering myself. Though as I do, jumping from garbage post to garbage post, I hear something. The garbage post I stand atop is lifted for some reason. This must mean someone is here, and it's gotta be a quirk who can lift trash or something. No, that doesn't make sense. But, what do I know? My powers came from a spider. Is someone here? I hear a dainty voice just below me. Holding my breath, I crawl to the side to see who it is. I see a girl looking up at me. I jump down to land right beside her, and I think she was scared of me because she makes this yelp noise. Whoa, how did you come from up there? Whoa, indeed. She's such a cute girl. She has chestnut brown hair that curves into her head, 2 long bangs going to her neck, with rosy cheeks that make her like some anime character. She has fair skin with big round eyes that have a shade of brown like the leaves of autumn. She's dressed in a tracksuit as well. Wait, no time to be admiring her appearance. She asked me a question. Oh crap, my worst weakness. I can't talk to girls, right? I'll be a stutter, calm down. Don't freeze. Just talk to her like a normal person. Like a normal person. I'm Deku. I hate me sometimes. Oh, well, okay. I'm Uraraka. She gives me a wave of her hand. So, How did you... I jumped well. I gotta stop shouting or she'll think I'm a weirdo. I'll just think of her as an adult. Let's see if it worked. I'm very good at the landing and other stuff. Uraraka pats her hands together. Then, are you going to the entrance exams at UA? Yes! I better get back home, though. Mom's waiting. Ah, man. I told her about Mom. How lame can I be? Okay, bye, Deku. I look back at her and see her waving politely. She's so nice. Hopefully next time I can muster more than 2 words to her. End of January. There are a few days left until I take the entrance exams. 12. In that time, I've compiled notes on what my powers are and how they work. I go inside an alleyway, with my already tested web shooters strapped to my wrists. I have made a formula that mimics the fluids that make spider webs. How? I don't know, because stumbling upon it feels like a coincidence, almost as if something or someone mentally willed this chemical formula into my mind. After initial testing, I've been able to shoot out web strings from small capsules I've modified to fit them that hardens in less than a minute. Maybe I can mix it up to weaponize it, but right now I'm testing how strong it is. Aiming, I fire at the top of the building. Before it fully hardens, I walk along the side of the building using the web as a tightrope. By the time I reach the top, I can see that a single strand is strong enough to hold the average person with no signs of tear. It comes across as stretchy. Next up, I'll try swinging from building to building. But first, webbing on my face. I have nowhere else to test this ability, and someone might call this using your quirk in public. A line fires higher up at a taller building, which just about reaches, and I jump over to swing to the other side. Except, that's kind of far, and that drop might hurt. No time for fear, just go for it. Let's see. What would Kachan say to pump him up? Oh yeah. Die. I jump across the gap and swing to the other side. Latching on the wall, I breathe out in relief, mostly because I'm alive. What an adrenaline rush. Next up, I'll try it mid-jump, but I better go higher. Smiling, I climb the top of the nearest building and notice a lot of areas I can swing to. Thank goodness I live in the city. There's an apartment complex not too far from where I am. That will be my goal. With a leap of faith, I gather all the nerve inside of me and jump from the top of the building. After I stop screaming, I fire a line to a nearby building and use it to swing further. This feels great. Swinging through the air is like a dream for me. I can reach so many people in danger with this technique. This euphoric feeling escalates as the racing continues through the city to the apartment. With each thwipping noise from my shooters, the goal becomes closer in sight. I did it. I'm getting better at using my quirk's power. It's almost as if these powers were gifted to swing on webs. Once I return home, I climb the steps to reach the top of the apartment building. But when I reached my front door, I open up to see a person sitting on the couch with my mom. I think I know her. Wait, that's her. Hello, Midoriya, right? You know my name? Mom comes up to me. Welcome back, Izuku, she says, and I think she's grinning. I'm too focused on the smiling girl to notice. This lovely young lady says she has something of yours. My fist pounds my free hand lightly. Oh yeah, I left. I know. Here. She hands me my spider book. You left your ID card and I checked your school. They seemed happy to assist, knowing who I was. And who are you? My name is Momo Yaoyorozu. Nice to finally introduce myself to you, she says, holding a hand out to him. All right, now is the time to be proper. Do not make the same. My name is Izuku Midoriya. Damn it, Oh wait, I said my name right. Now I need to work on the volume. I meet a beautiful girl, again, and I will remember this for the rest of my life. It's 7 a.m. in the streets of Musutafu, Japan. Among these workers, a crime is in progress. Come on, let's go. 2 criminals wielding guns take off with a bag of yen, exiting a convenience store. A shadow passes overhead as they head for their van. As soon as one guy takes out his keys, a white substance ejects onto his hand. The sticky liquid hardens quickly, gluing his hand in place. What the hell? A hero! The other guy takes out his gun, looking for whoever it was. He glances up when that same white stuff smacks on his face, taking the shape of a web. He grunts and thrashes about, the web on his nose cutting off oxygen. Of course, this happens on my way to class. A figure jumps up on top of their van. The thug turns around as his head is held in place and rips off the webbing attached to his face. Once done, he then punches him hard in the face, a clean shot. The man turns a bit before falling over, landing face forward into the ground. As the figure says, "Ooh, I hope that didn't break bones," the new guy jumps up quickly, effectively dodging fire sent his way. He takes a look over and stares at the person responsible, spotting the criminal who has flames extorting from his breath. His eyes linger on that more through his white goggles. "I'm gonna fry you, bug boy." He exhausts more flames at him, the mystery man jumping away, avoiding his attack. That same web substance shoots out onto the van behind the flame breath, and with a pull of his wrists, he shoots forward, kneeing him into the van. Saliva stains his blue and red costume. It's not that hard to tell I'm a spider. The man looks down at the people he's beaten up. He shoots more of the web fluid from his wrists, tying them together in a wrap. With his job done, he returns the bag of cash to the convenience store, giving one a single glance inside to count the money. After he hands it over, he takes off into the daylight, jumping high enough to reach the top of streetlights. He fires web fluid to stick to walls and swing through the air with the greatest of ease. As he continues, a more solid visual of the spider male is shown. He is 5'9" tall, dressed in a homemade superhero costume. He wears an emerald-colored sweatshirt under a matching hoodie that has a blue innard reversed in the hoodie. He has a red face mask that covers all but his eyes, which are covered by white goggles. He also has expandable tights of the same green shade as his hoodie, with red shoes that have no support. He wears gloves, also green, that prevents him from leaving fingerprints. His swinging goes on until reaching a certain school, UA High. Landing on the side of the building, he climbs along the side until he makes it to the roof. With a quick look around, he removes his costume to dress in a high school uniform, revealing his face finally. He is a plain-looking, yet teenager with freckles. He has deep emerald eyes and dark green, curly hair with olive highlights. And that's it, folks. And back with the Deku. What ifs? And please subscribe and like the video. It really helps, especially with the trash algorithm I am dealing with. So for now, goodbye, and I'll be back with part 3 and 4.